Good morning. It says we're live.
I'm looking.
Welcome to Live with Joan. And today I have Claudia right here. Yes.
Oh, don't show me.
Okay. She doesn't want to be shown. We have cats everywhere. And we're going to go in and say hi to our acupressure friends, which will be very fun. But in the meantime, I'm going to just say hi to everybody and let everybody come on and take a moment, because once I'm done with this, and I have to go work. So I'm gonna pretend that I'm really busy with you. No, I'm co-teaching an acupressure class that's so fun. I cannot believe how much fun it is. Let's see, we built a labyrinth. So I have a lot to share. So I'm going to wait till a few people come on, and then we'll go in and see the dogs getting acupressure.
Leslie Williams says hi.
Hi, Leslie Williams.
If people are coming on, give them a minute.
Yeah, we'll give them a minute. It is cold here. It was 41 degrees this morning.
Wow.
All horses had donut blankets on. Yeah, it was freezing. I mean, all right, not freezing, but it was really dang cold.
Well, it was almost freezing.
Well, another 9 degrees, but yeah, it was cold.
Yeah.
It was cold as hell.
Julie Jacobs says hi, all.
Hi, Julie. And
Cheryl Cook, good morning. Missing you all. Good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning, Cheryl. We miss you. That was so much fun, and we're going to talk about it in a minute. So anything you want to share in the chat, we'd love to hear. I don't have something growing out of my hair. That is a plant. So we had a lot of fun in the intensive, and I'm going to talk about it for a minute, and then we're going to go in and say hi to those in acupressure. But we are just giving it a minute. This might be one of the best cups of coffee I've ever made.
You make good coffee. It's rocket fuel, but you make good coffee.
I do. It is rocket fuel. So
Claire Truss says good morning.
Good morning, Claire. We're going to go in and see Jill here in a minute. Okay, so let's see.
Janet Duffy says hi, everyone. I've missed you all. Hi, Janet.
Hi, we've missed you.
Bernadette says, good morning, Joan and Claudia. Good morning, Bernadette.
Good morning, Bernadette. Your ears have probably been burning. We've been talking about you a lot. Lena is here, and she said that she's here doing the acupressure course. That once she went to you, she'd gone to some other veterinarian, but once she went to you, she was never going to anyone else again. So
I'm jealous.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. Like, who would want to go to another vet?
Right?
Yeah, she said that you are the most amazing vet on the planet. So there. But we knew that.
Yes. Ashley Lynn says hi. She says, I missed the spring intensive already.
We miss you.
Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Cheryl says the 9-day intensive was just amazing. Looking so forward to the fall intensive. Already planning. And Bernadette says, wow, thank you.
Yeah, of course, Bernadette. Yeah, Cheryl and Ashley, we had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So, if you're new to me, welcome to Live with Joan. If you're new to me, my name is Joan Ranquet. I'm an animal communicator, author, TEDx speaker, and founder of Communication with All Life University. And the school is a program for people to learn animal communication or become an animal communicator, to learn energy healing or become an energy healer, and to learn about nature and wildlife. And then through Jill and Joan, my other company, you can get CBD products and for your animals. And we have acupressure courses that are really amazing. And in the school, in Communication with All Life University, we have, what do we have coming up? We have Animal Communication Level 1 starting April 27th. And that's a 12-week course. And it's pretty, it's step by step by step. Ashley's in it right now. Cheryl did it before. And it really is a build your confidence for animal communication. And for anyone that's taken Animal Communication Level 1 and hasn't gone on to the big program or something, we also have Animal Communication Level 2, but you had to have taken Level 1. And Level 2 would be Animal Medical Intuition. Then May 12th, we have Energy Healing for Animals, which we learn about EFT and scalar wave. And right now I'm admitting I have a book deal with Findhorn Press, and the book is called EFT for Animals and Their Humans. And so if there was ever a time to be studying with me, it's while I'm in this juicy phase of writing this book. The first draft will be on April 30th, but I feel like, wasn't the EFT class this last round in the spring intensive? We went next level, didn't we?
We did.
And it's because this book, right? So the thing that I love about the book is really breaking down the behaviors, breaking down the emotions, breaking down the behaviors. And when you break down the emotions and the behaviors, you can really find that perfect secret sauce to get to the core of your animal's issues. And so in that EFT class, the Energy Healing for Animals, spring 2022, starting May 12th, will be pretty juicy. And then what else have we got? So for Jill and Joan, we've got a yin and yang class coming up, which is a 5-week Zoom, but hands-on. You work on your own animal. If you don't have an animal, you can work on a boyfriend or a girlfriend. If you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you can always work on a stuffed animal or friends' animals. But it's a great class, and that really covers the governing and conception vessel. So that's what we have coming up. And then, of course, the fall intensive. It's not too soon to start thinking about the fall intensive.
It really isn't. It's around the corner.
Yeah. My life at this point, and it's really funny to think about, especially with projects around the farm, I literally look at life like, what can I get done before the spring intensive? And I got a lot finished around here. There's a lot more to go, but now I'm like, what can I get done before the fall intensive? Literally, my life is in that rotation. So the fall intensive is the first weekend of October, and it's animal communication, death, dying, and beyond, and energy healing for animals. And we do a lot more with the energy field. And you still get a lot being on Zoom. So it's in person and virtual, of course. Ashley and Cheryl will certainly tell you that being in person is pretty dang fun. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
But it's also, you've been online now for a couple of years, and that's also been amazing.
It's amazing in person, and like I said in the intensive this time around, I never imagined how it would go online. I didn't think it would go as well as it did, and it went beyond any expectation I had of it being online. So the experience is not lessened by being online. Yes, is it fun to be in person? Of course, for all the little extras, but the experience was still just as moving and powerful being online.
Yeah, and some people have never known anything but being online. So, and they've had a very rich experience of learning the skills and techniques and holding space, etc. So we have lots of things coming up, and if you're just interested in, you don't know what, and of course, right now the spring is when we let people into the big program. So if it is your time to join us, we would love to have you, and you can always just reach out to Shannon at info@joanranquet.com, and maybe we can pop those links in. We have the thing is she can help you look at where you've been and where you want to go, and you know, you can get started on a small level or just jump right in. Some people just jump right in. And some people...
I did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, so did Bernadette. But everybody's different, you know, and so Shannon really takes two of the school's main skill sets, which is listening and holding space, she applies all of her animal communication skills to humans and guides people to what it is that they want to do. So if you, you know, getting on a call with her is step one. And we have, so I wanted to share a little bit about the experience with the Spring Intensive. It was so much fun. The 3 days of animal communication were amazing, and we had a lot of teachers in person, and we didn't have as many teachers online, but we had a lot of people online and not as many people in the room. We probably had like 12 people in the room, and then we had 20-something, 25 online, I think. And so I break people into A, B, and C. A is if you're new to me, B is if you're somewhere in the middle, and C is if you've been with me for a while, about to graduate. And so, and a lot of those people we're fast tracking into teacher training, so they'll be coming back for more, but just as teachers. And it was very fun to watch everybody just stretch and grow. And I really try to integrate the people that are online with the people that are in person, so everybody gets to know each other pretty well. And then we did the EFT, which, like I said, because I'm writing this book, it was absolutely powerful. Everybody really got it. Nobody sat there and went, I don't know if I like EFT. They were in it. And then the last 3 days was the animal communication sanctuaries, which was ridiculous. We did a day at the Gentle Barn, talked to a bunch of animals there. We did a day at the Gibbons Center, talked to all the gibbons, and the gibbons sang. And then we had Nature of Wildworks did an online, they set up 6 animals with us online, and then we did we got a little tour, and we learned things. They always are so informational because they're pretty much a wildlife rehab with a lot of education. And while I was hiking with Jill this morning with my dogs, I was like, did you hear that fun fact? And I think they've said it before, but that there's a prairie dog system, underground world, under Texas, that is the size of Rhode Island. Like, I just kind of think about that a little bit every day because it's too much for my brain to take in. Wow, is it shaped like that? Right, I'll go there. But what I didn't know is that, like, prairie dogs, they have, like, compartments. Like, this is the bathroom. This is where the nursery is. Here's where we eat. And I mean, like, as a little kid, I think I probably thought I was a prairie dog. Anyway, I love that more than anything in the world. So that's the thing with the animals and sanctuaries, animal communication and healing and sanctuaries is, you know, some of these animals are there because of a sad circumstance, but at the end of the day, they're all so, I mean, we talked to hedgehogs, we talked to a boa, and the hedgehog was all shy. We talked to a boa, a box turtle,
Red-tailed hawk.
red-tailed hawk. Prairie
a
dog.
gray fox, a red fox.
A gray fox, a red fox, yeah.
Prairie dog, yeah.
And then we got to do the tour and meet, Clifford, the mountain lion that thinks he's Molly, the founder's life partner. And we've talked to Clifford before, but still, it's just always fun to see him. And, and a bobcat. Bobby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bobby the bobcat.
Yeah. So the thing about Nature of Wild Works is the first few years that we had this class, they brought animals to us. So one time there was a serval in my garage. Another time there was a fox. And so I just like staying really loyal to them because we've learned so much with them through the years. And right now I'm like border collie obsessing on the, prairie dog Underground Railroad the size of Rhode Island. But anyway, so who's here?
Okay, so we have Joyce Lee Leggett. Chris Wilson is here. Hi, Chris.
Good morning, everyone.
We see Maureen Bissonette says that Shannon Myers has been an amazing help getting me into the program. Yeah, Shannon is amazing.
Yeah.
Let me see. Linda Gage, Barbara Van Vost. Yes, Barbara, an acupressure course. They're doing it live right now at Joan's house in the classroom. But there's also, Joan, you want to talk about the acupressure course a little bit, the online ones too?
Yeah, we have online courses going on throughout the year, and we're building out a certification for acupressure. And Jill is a veterinarian, acupuncturist, and chiropractitioner. She does not traditional chiropractic, but something called VOM. Anyway, she's it's veterinary some fancy word, manipulation. Anyway, she and I have come up with these acupressure courses. I have a history of acupressure, studied it in the 90s, and then was certified, used it. Didn't follow through with my certification, but stayed, of course you can't forget your favorite points. And then EFT, emotional freedom technique, of course, is basically acupressure points. So Jill and I always wanted to do something, and so we had been trying to come up with something for years, and this really is it. And so it's kind of the little sister school to the big school, but it's getting bigger. So throughout the year we have intro to acupressure, then we have 5 elements. That's just finishing. The 5 elements is just finishing. Then we have yin and yang, and that will take us into the summer, and we'll have a big summer break. She has a big summer break. The rest of us do not. Then we start in the fall with Om, organs, meridians, and emotions. And right now we're doing a hands-on class, so a live class. So in order to do the certification, you'll have to, if that was something that people are interested in, it's doing and we have some other online courses like energetic anatomy. We will have an energetic physiology. So it won't be a traditional anatomy or physiology course. It'll be a little hour version with chakras and fairy dust thrown in. But anyway, so in order to do the certification, it's intro, yin and yang, or 5 elements, yin and yang, Om, at least one hands-on course, the anatomy, physiology, a safety class, and we might either, I don't know what we're going to do about that, and then there's a test. So Jill and I are going to take the test with all these boards and hope we pass, and we'll figure out what the rest of the curriculum will be to prepare people for the boards. And so that's it. But right now, you'll see them working on my dogs. And we had a great day yesterday. And in between the 9-day intensive and the great day yesterday, I can finally announce this. I'm on a little TV show, an online web-based TV show with, I'm part of a panel, It's called All Paws Pet Talk. And the panel consists of a holistic vet named Dr. Palmquist, an amazing dog trainer named Laura Novato, another veterinarian, Dr. Christina Chambreau, and she's homeopathic. So Dr. Palmquist is holistic, like Bernadette is, like Jill is more of the acupuncture, Chinese medicine. I knew there was a word. It's been a long 10 days, 11. I'm on day 12 of just going solid. So I did 9 days of the intensive, and then the next day I had to film with my TV show. And we shot so I just film right here. We're all at home or, somewhere. And we have 5 episodes shot. I think it's going to start airing next week or the week after, and will be on KP Media TV. So it's a big streaming network that has millions of viewers apparently. And yeah, so we take a topic. We've had some fun guests. We've had our friend Ellie from the Gentle Barn on. We've had Ed Begley Jr., who I got to try some waterless shampoo, because we all know that Abby rolls in cow shit, so who better to experiment with products than me? And we have amazing guests coming up, so it's super, that TV show is really fun. And the book deal. So I'm finally getting to announce all the stuff that happened since the first of the year. Got a TV show and a book deal. But I knew before New Year's about the TV show.
When does it air, Jim?
We don't. They say that it might air this week, but they're doing some final editing, and it might not start airing in 2 weeks.
So we'll post the link.
Oh yeah, we'll post all of that. Yeah. Has anyone else said anything?
Yes. Okay, I'm going back. Elise Gerg says morning. Jane Kerr says hello from the wolves at the sanctuary.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. I want to go see those wolves. Lucy Lofting says hi from London.
Hello.
Catherine Danley says hello from Virginia. Hello, everybody.
Hello. All right. Are we ready to
take a tour of the class? Yes. Go meet everybody? Yes.
I think what we'll do is, there's so many fingerprints on this, but I'm just going to pretend I didn't notice. I'm not going to take everybody out to the labyrinth because I have to get in there and teach. I've been slacking, but I'm going to show you the labyrinth, and we'll spend another day out there. There's the labyrinth we built. It built itself. Isn't that the coolest?
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, Jill walked it this morning before we went on our hike, and so I've got to grab Claudia here. I don't know how I'm going to open my door because I've got my hands full, and I don't have my coffee. Okay.
That would have been funny if you went there without me.
I know. That would have been so me. This time I remember to keep this on a stand because God knows. Right, no cats are running out. Oh, they just tried. They just jumped. That's pretty funny. Okay, so here we go. Into the classroom. Into the fairy room.
So beautiful out there.
I know, it's so gorgeous today. It's really chilly. Here's my little, do you see all my little... Starting to sprout. Okay.
We're getting a tour.
Getting a tour. Okay. Coming in. Ta-da. All right. Here we are. No, I got the phone.
Oh, there you are. Okay, it wasn't showing yet.
No, I had to open doors.
Hey!
There's everyone. Okay.
Hi, Delilah.
All right.
Hi, everybody. Of course, I said hi to Delilah first. Hello, everyone.
We're loving and learning.
Okay. All right. So.
I can't see myself that far.
There we go.
You can see the color. There I am. There's my color.
Okay, look at everybody. Everybody's so happy.
We're practicing our restraint and handling a little bit.
Oh,
Since
yeah.
it was safety day yesterday.
It was, yeah.
And we did the safety dance.
Yeah. But we can't see Penelope. Let's see. There's Penelope. Hello, Penelope. Can you see her, Claudia?
I can see her ears.
And I think someone wanted to talk a little bit about what we did yesterday and had fun. Did we have an ambassador for the group that wants to? Afton, I'm going to volunteer you.
So yesterday was awesome. We worked on bladder sweeps and we did dogs and cats, and it was super fun. And the animals were very relaxed and very much enjoyed it. And it was cool to see them kind of calm into what we were doing. Very cool.
And what was the thing that you learned that starts with F and F?
The flow in the field. Yeah, and we were able to pick up a lot more. Those of us that have had any acupressure may have done bladder sweeps with Dr. Jill, but we definitely took our time and we were able to feel different things and more things than we are used to feeling. So that was very cool too.
Yeah, and maybe speak a little louder. What is there a difference between you taking the online and the hands-on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Louder.
Online was awesome. I took the first acupressure online. And it's great because you hopefully have your own animal to work on at home, but you can see exactly what's happening and where to do things just a little better in person. So definitely it's a different experience, and you can feel the energy of everybody else too here.
Yeah. Anyone else?
And you can handle little kitty cats that may not be wanting to be handled. That's a good experience.
We burritoed Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you one thing. We burritoed her so that you could see how it might go badly. And she did her. But the others burritoed fine. And actually, they sat here. I have pictures. Every one of my cats complied with, not Queen Latifah, but Henry, Buster Keaton, and Francesca. All three got worked on. They got palpated, if you will, and then little bladder sweeps. So they really, I cannot believe, I kept saying to Jill last night, can you believe how good my cats were? But they were awesome. So I've got some really good teachers here. And then, of course, there are some good doggies. And, yeah, and maybe, Jill, do you want to talk a little bit about what acupressure is?
Acupressure is acupuncture, but you're using pressure, so you're using your hands instead of an acupuncture needle. So it's a modality of massage, but it's taken from TCVM, which is traditional Chinese veterinary medicine. And what we've done is put these classes together online so that we can teach anybody how to help heal their animals. I've been a veterinary acupuncturist for almost a decade now, and during the pandemic, I kind of traditionally just kind of swayed over to teaching and doing more. And I have a lot of animals that don't accept needles. I mean, not every animal, just like every person, doesn't like needles or they're very sensitive. So I've been doing acupressure on animals for years, for ones that don't necessarily like the needles, or they're laying down and I can't put a needle on that side. So it's really been fun to teach this class because it makes me a better acupuncturist or acupressurist because I have to go back and relearn some of the things that I've been using for years and years, and I don't even remember why I was using it or what the name was exactly because I've just been doing it so long. So it's taught me a lot to go back and just refresh me, and then it's just been invigorating and wonderful teaching everyone. And I was telling Joan last night, it's like seeing your kids like grow up and like jump out of the nest, right? I mean, we've been teaching online, and now I have them here, and they're like developing their skills even that much more, which is great, and getting more confident, and they're touching other animals. So, you know, at home, everyone's been kind of doing their own animals or their friends' animals or whatever. Now you're in a whole different field as far as learning on, and we've got 3 different dogs and 4 different cats and they're very, very different, right? So you're getting a really good feel on a lot of different animals. So it's a lot of practice too, so that you can go out in the back to your home and do more and get better and better. And then don't forget the self-care too. I mean, I think that acupressure is one of the best things that we can do for self-care and healing for ourselves. We do it all the time in our EFT. These are all acupressure points, and I love teaching how to use a lot of these points on ourselves to help with allergies, because I need my allergy points right now. So, but yeah, acupressure in a nutshell. Thank you.
So, there's Penelope, teacher number 1. Teacher number 2, Delilah. And there's Abby.
Isn't she beautiful in red?
Absolutely.
God, she's
Gorgeous.
gorgeous. She went over to someone's house and took a shit the minute she walked in. It was awesome.
Yes, she was.
And there's our our charts. Can you see that, Claudia?
Yes. Wait, go up a little bit more, a little bit higher. There you go. There they are.
Yeah, so we have our charts, big and large, and of course we've got handouts, and look at how the classroom transformed into a bodywork center.
Right.
Amazing.
Yeah, does anyone have any questions, or have they put any?
Yes. Okay.
I had to go get my coffee.
Let me see. I'm trying to go down to where people look. Virginia. Okay. Charlie Tail says she's oh so envious to all who are there in person. One of these days for sure.
Next
Yeah.
fall.
Maria knows that says hello from Barcelona. Elise Gerke has a question. She said, or Gerg, I apologize if I mispronounced your last name. She says, would it be a good idea to do online class first and then in person?
You can do it either way.
Yeah,
You know, I think it's all about timing and what fits into your learning schedule. I mean, I think we've got one person here who hasn't done any of the online classes,
Well,
and she's
digital, but that's it.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's a great way to start. It's also a great way to, you know, help you with things you've already done. So I don't think there's really a big preference. I think it's whatever fits your education schedule, you know.
And what will happen in the fall will be a different. It'll be more of a solid day on the older animal, a solid day on the athletic animal, a solid day on the anxious animal. So it'll be a different. This is more of a hands-on intro class, and then we're going to have some more, not advanced, but specific. So that's what we'll have in person. So if you only wanted to do one day, you know, if it was really about your older dog, or you have an agility dog, or you have an anxious dog, like we'll have it lined out. But you know, we have the yin and yang class coming up. When does that start?
That starts the beginning of May, and then starts in the fall.
Yeah, I told them about that. Both of those.
And yeah, for the fall classes, you know, if they haven't done any acupressure whatsoever, it would be a good idea to do one of the digital classes, just so you know a little bit of the lingo. Because when we start with like the specific class, we're gonna do like a senior dog, or not dog, senior animal,
Yeah.
right? Anxious animal, GI and immune system. That's kind of the two together. And so if you don't have any basics and you're going in there, you might feel a little lost. You
Yeah.
can still do it, but you feel a little bit lost going into those classes without having a little bit more of the basics. But you can get those digitally and do them right before.
And the other, I mean, it's so much fun. And the thing about doing it here is that you do get dogs, cats, and horses. And even though it might not be practical for you to work on a horse, you know, like you might not have horses that you're going to be working on. The thing is about a horse is that it's the same with the EFT and everything else. It's so magical to watch them respond that you know, some dogs can be stoic, but horses, and there's some horses, I mean, Gabrielle will be stoic, but not, you know, it's still, she's stoic, and then she turns around as if you're not looking and releases, whereas a dog might hold on to it until tomorrow. But, yeah, so there's just a lot that you get to witness and experience with a horse, and that's why just having a little bit of time with horses is powerful.
Well, and if you talk to an animal, right, and it's a horse, even if you're not a horse person, if you communicate with a horse, then you can help them and say, you know, that stomach 36 point might be really good. I've never done it on a horse, but yeah, I did once at Jones, and it's right about here, right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it just gives you that much more, you know, power and that tool in your tool belt that you can help people. And then, you know, send them to me or our class if they want to do more, or their local acupuncturist or something, you know. But just knowing those points and about where to find them, even if you're never going to touch a horse, it's still a good thing to know. It's never a bad thing to have knowledge.
No. Any other questions, comments, observations, Claudia?
Yes, Lucy Lofty says, lovely to see the class with the animals. I spend a lot of time on animal signals when I teach. That way the dog cat is respected and leads the session. That is
All right.
we do.
All right. I will show you our Jill Joan display because we have some CBD goodies. Oh my God, I'm caught in the curtain. Hold on, people. Hold on. Oi. Okay. So right now we have a special on our salve. If you go to the Jill Joan site, it's
JillandJoan.com.
JillandJoan.com. No, I was going to say it's if you buy
2 for 1. It's the pet shoes right now are 2 for 1. Buy 2 get 1 free.
Buy 2 of the pet shoes, get 1 free. So these are the pet shoes. These are the sanctuary pellets. We had to call them sanctuary pellets because they're really for horses, but apparently people eat horses in California, and so it's illegal to call it. There are my dolphin pictures. To call it, don't want to get caught in a curtain. Sorry about the wild ride. You can't call it horse pellets in California, so we call it sanctuary chews. So, anyway, anything else, Claudia?
Elise Gerke said, thank you so much for the explanation.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to go to work. I was saying that I was being lazy. I'm sitting in that chair in the other room, just chatting on my Facebook Live. But thank you. See you soon.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.